good freezing morning, everybody, and welcome back to another trip report. I'm here at Melbourne Tullamarine International Airport at Terminal 4, where it seems like a lot of my exciting adventures are starting these days. Today I'm going to be flying JETSTAR on board an Airbus A321NEO, which is their newest aircraft, from here in Melbourne up to Gold Coast, Coolangatta in Queensland. Okay, so it's about 10 degrees out here, so I'm going to head in this door, even though this is where the Rex check-in is. Now that we're here inside Terminal 4, as I said, the first area is Rex, then it's Bonza, which is very exciting to see here routinely. By the way, if you haven't already seen my Bonza trip reports, I recommend you check them out after this video. And then just up here, there's a massive area for the JETSTAR check-in. I've already checked in online, so my only option is to reprint my boarding pass, which is exactly what I want to do. Okay, unlike a lot of self-check-in kiosks, they actually give you some proper nice boarding passes here. So now that I've got check-in completed, since I did it online, as I said, all I needed to do was reprint my boarding passes, and I don't have any bags to check in. However, if you did, there's also self-bag drop. There's heaps of different bag drop areas along here. There's a few staff around to help. However, there's not an actual desk to check in. There is a service desk over there, however. Now that check-in is completed, let's head up these stairs and head through security, I guess. Security now completed. The lines were actually pretty small today, so I didn't need to use the priority lane, and the staff there were actually very friendly. However, my bag did get pulled aside. I do have a lot of charges and stuff like that in there, so that was a little bit annoying. But other than that, everything was fine. Now that we're airside here in T4, I only have really 10 minutes until my plane boards, so I'm probably just going to go around and do some plane spotting and head to the gate shortly, since we do have gate 52, I believe, which is one of the furthest gates possible. I think it's now just about time to head to the gate for boarding, since they made a boarding call on my way through this very long tunnel to the gate. That's my aircraft over there. That's Victor Hotel, Oscar Foxtrot Lima. It's a 2022 built and delivered Airbus A321NEO LR. It was delivered brand new to JETSTAR, I believe, in the last half of last year. I'm pretty sure it was the maybe second or third Airbus A321NEO to be delivered to JETSTAR. These aircraft operate short to medium haul flights, such as actually almost a long haul flight would be Melbourne to Denpasar, Bali. It flew in from Bali actually this morning, and it's at the moment routinely operating the morning Melbourne to Gold Coast service. Other routes with the A321neo include Sydney to Rarotonga, and Melbourne to Cairns, Melbourne to Perth, Melbourne to Sydney, and much, much more. They're replacing the old A321-200s and just getting some more to expand operations. Gate 52 is in fact the very last gate of the terminal. Probably takes about 10 to 15 minutes from security to get here if you're walking at a standard pace. So I do suggest you come here early. Today JETSTAR's actually started boarding a little bit early. So I'm already in the line, so let's curve around and board.
Hello everyone, this is a further boarding call for all passengers checked in and holding a boarding pass on JETSTAR flight JQ434 to the Gold Coast, which will be closing shortly at 9:52. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please let us know at any time if you need any assistance.
So just let me know. No problem. Hello. Good morning. Beautiful. Good to go. Hi, how are you going?
Welcome on board the JETSTAR Airbus A321NEO. Seats are in a 338. Seats are in a 3-3 layout with 232 seats, all in economy class.
There's one large cover bag in the overhead pocket and all smaller bags under the seat in front of you. We also have extra large storage lockers, so please place all bags and suitcases on their side. If you are in the emergency exit, you will have to place all bags in the overhead bucket. Thank you.
My seat for today is 25A. Welcome on board the JETSTAR Airbus A321NEO. Now that I'm in my seat with my seatbelt fastened, let's go through the seat features of this aircraft. Okay, so the window's quite rainy, but it's not too dirty, and I have a very nice wing view. Legroom on this aircraft is 29 inches or 74 centimetres, I believe. It feels not too bad actually, especially for a short flight, due to there not being anything in this seat back pocket. There's plenty of space to put stuff in here, but just be careful that it doesn't fall out there. We have a tray table here which you can pull down like this. Push it out and pull it in. It's a little bit dirty, and it's not foldable, however. There's a USB port here. There's no universal power outlet, however. Here's the device holder. You can put your device here and a cup there if you don't want to have your tray table down, which is very handy. And there's a literature pocket in the back of the seat containing a safety card, menu and a sick bag. There's also no headrest, but it is curved to fit the body. As for the overhead area, there is individual air vents, which is nice, and not on all new planes, and individual reading lights, of course. And last but certainly not least, on the side here of each seat, there's 2 coat hooks. So overall, that's the seat features of this aircraft, and I reckon that they're pretty solid. When I first flew it, I actually thought that it was good, and then I thought about Bonza. Bonza's seat on their 737 MAX is absolutely amazing, but they don't really compete much with JETSTAR except for one route. So, yeah, but it's much better than the old A321-200s, more legroom and everything. However, it's still not, it's what I would expect from JETSTAR. But Bonza certainly puts it into good contrast. So, yeah, but overall, especially for a 2-hour flight, I have no complaints at all. And yeah, I think it's a pretty solid seat product.
Please let us know at any time if you need any assistance.
Also with the seat, I forgot to mention that there's a little bit of rubbish down there, which isn't much appreciated. I don't think it's been cleaned since the Bali flight.
Hey people, my name is Mark, your cabin manager for today's flight, and on behalf of the whole crew, it's an absolute pleasure to welcome you on board. Now flying us up to the Gold Coast this morning is Captain Peter O'Brien, and alongside him is First Officer Josh Emsley. We have flight time of 1 hour and 44 minutes. As you make yourselves comfortable, just a friendly reminder that smoking or the use of e-cigarettes is not permitted anywhere on board, and please ensure that your electronic devices are now in flight mode. Your handheld devices such as mobile phones may be used during takeoff as long as they are in flight mode, of course.
Right. Gentlemen on the flight deck is First Officer Josh Emsley, and we'd like to take this opportunity to welcome aboard your Jetstar flight to the Gold Coast. We're just running through the cabin now, making sure we've got everyone on board that should be on board. It's very important that you are sitting in your allocated seat as per your boarding pass. The cabin crew just going through now to check that, so please, if you have moved, if you could let the cabin crew know, that would be greatly appreciated. That'll get us out of here a lot quicker. Flight time this morning is just on 1 hour and 44 minutes. Once we clear this weather out of Melbourne, we're expecting good conditions. It's already a beautiful 18 degrees at the Gold Coast. You're expecting a forecast top of just on 25 degrees. So sit back, relax, enjoy the departure. Once we get going, I'll update you with an accurate time for our arrival and the latest weather conditions at the Gold Coast. But on behalf of the onboard Jetstar team, thanks for choosing Jetstar this morning. Absolute pleasure having you on board.
Of the flight. So if you do have any questions, please speak to one of the crew. We are more than happy to help where we can. Once again, please ensure that your mobile devices are definitely in flight mode and all seatbelts are firmly fastened, including infants and children. And we thank you for respecting each other and our crew to ensure a safe and comfortable flight. We also ask you to report any unacceptable behaviour to a member of the crew. Thank you. Very important that you are familiar with the safety features of this aircraft, so please watch the crew member closest to you and do listen carefully. Thank you.
Hello again. We want you to have a safe and enjoyable flight, so please listen closely while we take you through the safety requirements for our Airbus A321neo. Your crew are highly trained to help keep you safe. Strap to tighten. Undo the seatbelt by lifting the buckle flap. The seatbelt is most effective when worn low, tight, and throughout the entire flight. Make sure you're familiar with the brace position best suited to your seat. The onboard safety instruction card in your seat pocket shows pictures of your brace position along with other important safety information. The A321neo has 10 emergency exits, which we'll now show you. 2 at the front, 4 over the wing, 2 behind the wing, and 2 at the back of the cabin. Lights will illuminate, showing you the path to follow to these exits. If we need to leave the aircraft quickly, taking your personal items with you will slow you down and then help others around you. There is a life jacket located in a pouch under your seat. If it's required, remove the life jacket from the pouch, place it over your head, pass the strap around your back, clip it at the front, and then pull on the loose strap to tighten. Only inflate your life jacket as you leave the aircraft by pulling down on the red tag and any signs that you see on board. Smoking is not permitted anytime, anywhere on board the aircraft, including in the bathrooms. It's our pleasure to have you on board with us today, and we hope you have an enjoyable flight. Thanks for listening.
If you do require any extra light, though, there is a light switch in the panel above here. Thank you.
Just touchdown here is Jetstar's A321-200. I believe before they got the Neos, I think they had either 6 or 8. No, I think they only have 4. And I do believe that, I think, and I could be wrong, I actually am just guessing based off age, but they'll probably be phasing out another 2.
are safely on our way. The seatbelt sign is still switched on, so please remain seated. Once it's turned off, please limit your movements around the cabin and do not change seats unless speaking to one of the crew. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin and are fitted with baby change tables and smoke detectors. A reminder that smoking, vaping and e-cigarettes are not permitted anywhere on board. We also recommend that you do keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you're seated. When opening an overhead locker in flight, please do take care that items such as water bottles don't fall out, causing injury to you or a fellow passenger. And we'll shortly be coming through the cabin with our in-flight service. You'll find a menu in your seat pocket which does contain a variety of options. We do only accept credit cards as payment. We accept all major credit cards, but please be mindful that we do require the physical cards in purchase today. So if you do need to get those credit cards out from bags in the overhead locker, please do so as soon as the seatbelt sign is switched off. We're unable to accept Apple Pay or PayWave using a mobile phone. You are welcome to order alcoholic beverages, but they are only available for purchase from cabin crew. Now please sit back, relax, enjoy the flight up to the beautiful Gold Coast, enjoy the view. If the crew can be of any assistance at all, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you.
Seatbelt sign is off. You are free to move around the cabin. However, do ask why remain seated that you keep your seatbelt comfortably secure. I'm sure you're all aware by now we are very full for this morning's flight. It's going to be busy as the cabin crew run through an opera service. As a courtesy to them, I do ask if you do choose to stand, if you could please keep the aisle clear. This will assist them with the service in the cabin today. Speaking of cabin crew, you've got a wonderful team led by Marky, cabin manager. We have Catherine, Nat, Georgia May, and Kelly. They'll take great care of you, so sit back, relax, enjoy the JETSTAR service. With these good flying conditions, a little bit of a tailwind speed across the ground. It's going to be upwards of 800 kilometres per hour. With current indications, with the on-time departure out of Melbourne, we have you arriving at the Gold Coast on schedule, just on 10:45. Latest weather has a beautiful 19 degrees. You're expecting a forecast top of 24 degrees. A couple of early morning showers are around at the moment, but they are expected to clear up throughout the day, so it should be a very pleasant view of day at the Gold Coast. Those of you that are interested in our tracking details, as we leave Melbourne behind us, we're just heading up through the Strathbogie Ranges now. We're going to cross the border overhead the town of Corowan. From there, up through central New South Wales, past Wagga, Parks, Tamworth. We'll do a slight right-hand turn, head over towards Byron Bay, then it's up along the coast into the Gold Coast. I'll let you settle into the flight now. Keep you updated if there is any changes to the arrival time or the weather conditions. On behalf of your JETSTAR team, thanks for choosing JETSTAR this morning.
Alright, so as the captain just said, we should be arriving on time. It's very nice conditions out there, and it looks like it's going to get even nicer. It looks like the clouds are finishing soon, but you can pause. You can go back and pause and read the menu if you want. And here's some hot drinks. All I'm going to get today is just a chai tea, since I've already had breakfast before I got here. But there's a few combos, and as for prices for an Australian airline, it's alright. Bonza's a little bit cheaper, but compared to Asia, most certainly buying anything here in Australia on an airline and in general is a lot more expensive. But the prices are not too bad, and there's certainly a very, very nice selection. So overall, a big thumbs up for JETSTAR's onboard menu. Cabin crew have got to move out of the way since someone went to the loo right after takeoff. About 20 minutes after the cabin crew took my order, my chai has arrived. We are here at our cruising altitude of I don't know what. I did just notice on my Wi-Fi network there is a Wi-Fi network in this cabin called cabin_Wi-Fi. I connected to it and nothing happened, so I'm not sure what that is. I do believe the Jetstar plan to start offering streaming entertainment service on your own device. It doesn't seem to be available just yet. But as I said, the very friendly crew came around and gave me my chai, which I'll let you know how it is a bit later. It's very handy having this here. I can drink my chai and watch some downloaded things on YouTube. So far it's been a super smooth and enjoyable flight.
21 degrees. Looks like most of those showers have moved now off to the coast now, so it should be quite nice for everyone into the Gold Coast. We've made very good time, and we are going to have to disembark the aircraft on schedule just on 10:45. So on behalf of Josh and myself up the front, Mark and his team, thanks for choosing JETSTAR this morning. Absolute pleasure having you aboard. I do hope you've enjoyed the service. We look forward to seeing you the next time we fly again.
Thank you.
I just played a quick announcement on quarantine requirements in Australia.
Any rubbish or items you won't be taking with
We have
you,
now
and
started our
hand them
descent
to one of
into
the
Gold
team
Coast
members
Called
as
Gather
they move through
International.
the cabin. Thank you. Please make sure your seatbelt and the seatbelt of infants and children travelling with you is now fastened. The cabin crew team will now be seated for landing. Thank you.
By the way, I just realised I forgot to mention earlier, the chai was pretty solid, especially since, you know, it's on a plane and it's just like powder and stuff, I think. This thing, I had my phone on it and the chai in here. There's a little kid in front of me and they were like bumping against the seat, and so this was like bumping, and so this was like shaking, I guess, a bit. And this thing is kind of not very stable, so my phone fell multiple times and my chai spilled all over me. So that's not ideal, but otherwise it's been a pretty much as good as I could expect from Jetstar kind of flight. Okay, I think now is a pretty good time to finish up the conclusion of today's trip report. My journey today started from Tullamarine International Airport at Terminal 4. Check-in was quick and easy, and I did it online, and then it was very easy to reprint my boarding pass. But the boarding process was a little bit early, plenty of announcements were made, and that was all a pretty solid process. The gate agents were friendly, security were friendly, and the boarding was pretty chill, and once again crew were friendly. It was greeted with a nice new cabin, however the seat was a little bit dirty, and as I said, that the tray table wasn't too great. I'm only going to go through it in a little bit of detail since I've, you know, kind of concluded a bit along the way, but the chai was good. The overall seat features were pretty okay. It's just Bonza. I don't think it's that Jetstar's bad or below average. I think it's just Bonza goes way above and beyond with their seat features, which kind of makes Jetstar not seem as good. But on a route where Bonza doesn't compete, I think Jetstar, well, it's the only low-cost carrier, it's the only one we got, and I think it's not a bad one at that. They're sometimes not very good at being on time, but today they were basically as good as I could expect from Jetstar. So the main thing that I kind of wish that they had, but I understand why they don't, because most low-cost airlines don't, was a headrest, because the seat back padding is quite hard. But otherwise, I've had a very comfortable and enjoyable flight, and if they add the Inflight entertainment streaming, then that would just be even better. On this route, prices can actually get very cheap. I booked a ticket on this flight during can't remember what sale it was, I think it was around Christmas time, for $39 each way. I'm flying back with Jetstar. I don't know which video is going to be out first, but even on a sale, Virgin would probably charge $89, and maybe $79 if you're lucky, and same with Rex. Qantas on a sale would charge maybe $130 or $170 at a normal price, and Virgin at a normal price is about $109 with Rex at $99. Jetstar commonly have sales where Gold Coast is about $59 or $49. $39 is pretty rare. But even if it's $49 or $59, I actually still think that unless you have like a lot of baggage and stuff, it's probably better value than even Rex. But if you're looking for a nice full service carrier, Rex is definitely the way to go. But Jetstar is certainly a very good option on this route, and I was very pleasantly surprised with Jetstar today. Anyways, enjoy the rest of the beautiful approach into Gold Coast Coolangatta International Airport. Welcome to Queensland.
And welcome to the beautiful Gold Coast, everybody. The local time's just gone 10:43 a.m, perfectly on time. Firstly, Jetstar would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the local lands. We'd also like to pay our respect to elders past, present and emerging. Please do keep your seatbelt fastened and remain seated until the seatbelt sign has been switched off. Smoking, vaping and e-cigarettes are strictly prohibited as you disembark on the tarmac and inside the terminal building. Before you head off, double check you've got everything with you and be careful opening those overhead lockers as items may have moved during the flight. That may fall out, causing injury to you or a fellow traveller. Please do take any face masks or wipes, whether used or unused, off the aircraft with you.
Cabin crew, disarm doors.
It's unusually quiet here at Gold Coast Airport. Now I've been waiting here about 5 to 10 minutes. And it looks like some people are getting off, but half of them just paused. Alright, I don't have long, so I think now's a good time to finish up today's video. First of all, as usual, I'd like to thank you for watching today's video. A like and subscription if you enjoyed would be very much appreciated, but it's not necessary nor expected. It'll just help me out a little bit if you wouldn't mind doing so. Also, check out my website if you like at aviation763.com for information on upcoming flights and easier navigation to certain airline trip reports. And also check out my Instagram if you want at aviation763_. I posted live stories about my flight today, so if you want to see where I'm going before it comes out on YouTube and just some cool photos and all that, then make sure to check that out. And also last but most certainly not least, thank you to all my incredible Patreons who help to make these videos possible. Once again, thank you all for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you in my next one.
And welcome to the beautiful Gold Coast, everybody. The local time's just gone 10:43 AM, perfectly on time.